We're cooking. It's the coach. This is Madden football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win. But obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes
last week. 2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And the offensive starters for Dallas.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Prescott, throw complete to Herndon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring out 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's the conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Prescott on 3rd and goal. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, at quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 17 carries, 80 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw things click pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Look at me. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Get it.
Off play action. Riley. Open here, Adam Thielen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Go. 30 base.
On 3rd down, Snow, and they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Quite the opening. Drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw at practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
I'm here all day. Right there.
Operating from the gun. Riley. That'll be complete to Cook. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not to. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
2nd and 1. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. A first down carry by Elliott. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance.
No, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football.
That's it, baby.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm coming for you. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott from the gun. And it's caught by Herndon. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. from the red zone now. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And this belongs to the Vikings. He's at the 50. And how about the big boys showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, exit. 58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Five.
Following the fumble recovery, Riley. This is caught by Robinson. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Let's go, let's go. Ready? 60 outlaw. Christian, Travis. Kill. And John, go. SOS. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
Hey, Delta.
To throw on 2nd down. Riley. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Good job.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them that they need him late in the game. His confidence should be sky high.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
X3, 218, chop. Leo. Check safety.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy enemy territory. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Give to Cook out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
58, boy, 58, Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Let's go, heavy. Let's go, heavy.
Off the play fake. Riley. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey. Motion.
Back to throw. Riley. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? On 1st and 10, Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cook. He's got a man, complete, past the 20, touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
This is fielded at the goal line. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is Cook with the grab. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Looking to throw. Riley.
You better be ready next time.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
The throw over the middle taken in. They get 14 back, but it leads down to a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Marcus Peters. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Back to it after the pick six. Prescott. He's got Herndon, his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Prescott on first down. This is caught inside the 15. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will shave one more off this lead. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Let's put that team on the bus.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Christian McCaffrey with a couple of touchdowns there. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. and they were winners in their ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Redskins. 20-0, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Yeah.
Looking to throw on second down. Riley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Randy Gregory. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Hey, Steve 6. Hey, 58 is a mic. Go. Hey, pick your game up. 58 to Mike, 58. Now. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. 58 to Mike. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Throwing on third and long. Riley. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. After the penalty, it's Elliott. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 3rd and long for Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. No surprise this offense would be able to convert. They're currently second in the league in first downs, and they pick up one here.
Yeah, not a stat that we talk about a heck of a lot, but it's a vital one. And in this case, it's really vital because what does it do? Keeps their defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
On the double. 58, the mic. Rip left, rip left. 6-6, pull it high. Go, go. Get it.
To throw on second down. Riley. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Call it a 3-yard gain. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
18, Gator. 54. Pick it up, guys. Go. Right there. 54, right there. Hey, wahoo.
To throw on 3rd down. Riley. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott, that one complete. Elliott. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Watch the slip. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I got one. Hey, Haywood. Hit it.
On 1st and 10, Riley. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Hey, let's go. Easy work. It's easy work. It's coming again.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking to throw on second down. Intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing. Prescott. Incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Time to give a little credit.